and welcome back to Real Wasted. I'm Pat.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Sean.
Today we got a really special one because this might be the movie that actually kicked off this series. This is Kevin Smith's Tusk.
This guy wants to turn me into an animal or something.
Now, we went to go see this movie in the theaters, and when we came back, we got the idea to record like a little vlog on it, like how we felt, because as soon as the movie ended, we spent a good 20 or 30 minutes in the theater just going, what the hell did we just watch?
Well, you and I did. The credits rolled, and Pat and I were like, and then 5 minutes later, Sean comes to, and he's like, what the fuck just happened?
It's amazing that this is a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it just makes for some phenomenal drinking games.
That it does.
It really does. The first being more margaritas.
Hey!
Cheers!
Come on now, more margaritas.
There were a lot of things that got stuck in my head after seeing this movie, but that was probably the most prominent. It is now my ringtone on my phone, and I love it. So, number one, more margaritas. Anytime you hear the ringtone, you drink.
Number 2, blame Canada. They just make fun of Canada unmercifully in this movie, so anytime that happens, take a drink.
So look out, you crazy Canucks!
Number 3 is Tuscaloosa. Anytime he says Mr. Tusk, you take a drink.
It'll be all right, Mr. Tusk.
Number 4, walrus, yes. Anytime they say the word walrus, you drink.
The walrus is far more evolved than any man I've heard of.
Hashtag walrus, yes, is actually what motivated Kevin Smith to write this movie. He was doing a Smodcast, they came up with this whole idea, and he said, tweet walrus yes if you want to see the movie made, and it worked.
And number 5 is Walrus No. This is a fucked up movie. It really is. So anytime you look at the screen and go, no! Take a drink. Cheers. What the fuck, Kevin Smith? Oh my god. Alright, we weren't exaggerating when we said that we sat there for like a half an hour after seeing this the first time and just talked about what we had seen.
And none of us have seen it since. This was all a second viewing for all of us.
It has almost the identical effect as seeing it the first time. You just don't get used to it.
No.
No, we definitely had to collect our thoughts for a second. The drinking a margarita with this did not
It didn't help.
either.
It's a testament to how a dumb idea can create a brilliant horror film. Silent Bob made a movie where Justin Long was trapped in a walrus costume. Let that sink in. And not only that, he did a great fucking job.
This movie fires on all cylinders. It's the cast, it's the story, and it is the special effects makeup. This wasn't like a stereotypical slasher flick where the victim is being chased down throughout the movie and you have to wait for the end to deliver on it.
Yeah.
Justin Long was done, and you knew it probably 10 minutes in.
As soon as they showed him in the wheelchair, and you could tell that he was not leaving there on his own accord. The more I think about the walrus suit in particular, and spoiler alert, they linger on the actual walrus suit that Justin Long is shoved into. The more that you focus on it, the more terrifying it is.
Yeah.
How like it is pieced together from human parts. How the parts make sense.
It was a very crude design.
It was.
And that's what made it really disturbing.
Not only is this a suit made out of human skin, it is different shades of color, it's different races. This is a person who has been making this suit out of several people for a while. How would you like to have not have been the person trapped in the suit, but a failed subject who's only able to be like the ass end of that suit?
I love how they slowly introduce it, because I think that they really could have just gone for shock value, and it is shocking, but they start on the fins, which are either human hands or feet, and they're made into the back flipper of a walrus, and the camera just tracks up the whole walrus body, which is a patchwork of human faces, There's a torso. You clearly see a belly button at one point. And I think for me, that's when shit got real. You know the entire time what Justin Long is going through. You know what Michael Parks is doing to him. But it's not until I actually started seeing body parts that it took it from slasher flick to really, really demented on a level that we've never seen.
It's not that it's inherently scary as much as it is so deeply disturbing. For the better first half of the movie, you really don't like Justin Long because you think he's an asshole.
It's about 2 hours from here.
It's about 2 hours away.
I hate American guys.
But then you feel so bad for him. That's how incredible the movie is. That's how well acted the movie is. That's how well executed the movie is. You could have somebody that you really didn't like, who's not a good person. He's not an innocent person by any stretch of the imagination, and you feel bad for the poor son of a bitch.
Oh my god. Holy shit. There's no leg there.
Justin Long did so much with such a little, spectrum of what he was able to do. You only saw his eyes.
For 2/3 of the movie, too.
Yeah.
He only talks for the first third of that movie. Everything else, he has to emote through all of this makeup. There's a sadness and an anger, and he's able to just play that so well. Like, what really sold it for me, aside from the initial shot where he realizes that he has gone full walrus, when Michael Parks is in the pool with him, teaching him how to swim, and he's just kind of like gently carrying him along. And it's such an intimate moment because they're so close. And Justin Long looks at him with such a deep hatred, and it comes right through everything. And it's amazing.
Michael Parks is amazing. I haven't seen him in a bad thing yet, but this was on a whole nother level.
I just wish that I had spied the creature before it so viciously attacked you.
He was one of the most psychotic, brilliantly written, brilliantly performed villains in a movie I've ever seen. The way he enjoys what he's doing, the way that he's all building to one big goal, which is a fucking two-man walrus fight. Which is a sentence I never thought I would ever say. Let's talk about the film debut of Guy Lapointe.
Guy Lapointe, that guy's got promise.
Yeah, I could see him. He's like a modern-day Jackie Earle Haley.
You know what? I can see him doing so many different characters. I can see him as somebody that's salty and dirty. I can see him as somebody who's gangly with long hair and very pale. And I wouldn't remake like Willy Wonka with him, but I think that he's just got so much talent, and I think there are so many places he can go.
It is one fuck of a bummer to look at, I can tell you that.
I would say that this movie is at least 4 beers. I wouldn't say that it's 5 because nothing at this point has beaten the Bicentennial. I think that's kind of your benchmark right there. But we drank 58 times. I'd give it 4 beers.
Absolutely.
This was quality and quantity, though. It was a great horror flick, and it got the job done as far as drinks go. I definitely would never do this again with a margarita. I would stick to something like beer that's a little bit lighter, because that tequila, by the time Justin Long was a walrus, I was drunk.
I would recommend this movie to pretty much anybody who loves horror, anybody who loves Kevin Smith and doesn't believe that he can do anything besides dialogue-driven movies.
So if you guys have a movie that you'd like for us to review, you can comment below, or you can tweet at us, #RealWasted.
Until then, I'm Pat.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Sean.
Cheers.